me start off with you, because you are the one who have played within the corridors of partisan politics in Nigeria. Were you surprised over the migration or the movement of the governor of River State, Siminalayi Fubara, from PDP to the APC? I recall that happened after the meeting he had with the president somewhere in Abuja, the State House, and also the defection of the 15 the State House of Assembly members to APC prior to his defection. Were you surprised at all?
Not very surprised, I would say, because we know the issue of River State has been on the front line, has been a subject of discussion for some time. The governor himself has gone on 6 months suspension when the state of emergency was declared in his state. We know how his godfather or immediate predecessor was actually breathing on his neck and making sure that the state was ungovernable. We know the activities of the House of Assembly members that were controlled by the successor, by the predecessor. We know the role the presidency played in brokering peace, even though we didn't know the full issue that were discussed. But it was suspected highly that part of the game plan was that he should join PDP and he should join APC, and that has been proven. He has joined APC to be in the same party with his godfather, yes, on Wike. He has joined APC to align himself with the state members of Assembly, 15 of them. And I think he has done all these things as a means of political survival. I don't expect him to do otherwise given the circumstances that he has done that. But it's very unfortunate that we are having democracy being emasculated in Nigeria, and the president acting quick to quo. If I'm going to protect you, you got to join my party. That is immoral. That is not acceptable democratic and political conduct to expect. Because this is the reasons why you are having a lot of trouble in the ECOWAS state today. Because the leaders abuse their office, abuse their power. We have 15 ECOWAS members, of which about 5 of them are now being governed by the military. And if you look at the reasons why the military come in to act as saviors, it's because the democracy doesn't seem to be working for the people. It is because the democratic space is being emasculated, and the military will now look at themselves as the last savior of the people, in as much as we don't want the military rule. If the government of the day will be sensible enough, they should read the room very well and understand that Nigerians are no longer happy with the direction of our democracy and the way it is going. They're not happy with the fact that their votes don't count anymore. Okay. You look at what happened in Guinea-Bissau, you look at what happened in Benin Republic. All this happened in the process of the election period.
All right.
And the military struck because they know that votes are not counting. And democracy is
I'd like for us to go back to River State. Beautiful. Now, Fubara has officially, declared for the All Progressives Congress, APC. You said, I hope I got you correct, you said he has gone to join his godfather, Wike, in the APC. The last time I checked, Wike is still in the PDP.
You'll be deceiving yourself to think that Wike is in PDP. Wike is in PDP to destroy PDP.
Okay, to destroy PDP.
Wike is fully APC actor in the national space.
In the national
His singular ambition is to remain the
I wanted to get that clarification.
And to make sure that the president of APC won the election. Okay. So if Wike is telling you anything different from the fact that he's an APC actor, he's deceiving you and deceiving himself. And I think it's better that he be a gentleman and the brave man that he is.
Okay.
And go and
now that Sim has officially declared for the APC, before he did, we saw 17 members of the State House of Assembly, including the Speaker, port to the APC. We still have about 13 people in the PDP. Has peace finally returned to River State with the defection, former defection of Sim Fubara? Do you see peace around the corner?
Well, like I said, what Fubara has done is a game of survival, try to survive the political turbulence, and also honor what I think is an agreement that he entered into between him and the presidency before he was let off. Otherwise, they wanted to decimate and finish him off. So he's looking for where to hang. Now I'm with you. We're all members. Why are you fighting me? So I wouldn't say peace has returned to Rivers State. It could be peace of a graveyard because of the characters involved. And I also wouldn't say that peace has not returned to Rivers State. But hopefully we want peace in Nigeria. We want peace across the country. We want peace in Rivers State. If that means peace, fine. Well, I can also understand him because of the crisis in the national party of the national hierarchy of the party at the national level. They are still struggling in court to see who is in control. And if you are a governor and a political contestant, you'll be looking for where there is a little bit of harmony. There's no division, so that you know where to actually invest your time and resources if you want to seek a re-election. So that's
thank you very much.
Fubara is just being pragmatic, but even though it is not by his own choice.
Thank you very much, Mr. Claire Magui, Esquire. Mr. Uranta, you are a son of the soil. So how do you feel now? Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara finally says he's a member of the APC, along with the Speaker of the State House of Assembly and some other members. How does this make you feel? And also, does this whittle down the powers of Wike against the governor or on the governor?
Well, I think our governor has made this move, to the APC official, like you have just stated. But the thing is, whether it has created any a better relationship, or if that will translate to better relationship with his godfather and the house, that we cannot say exactly. But I recall that the governor has always stated that he will do everything to ensure that peace reigns in Rivers State, because the only way that there could be development, it's only when there is peace within the state. But for me, I think I will, even if I'm left to suggest, I will say let all the PDP governors, let them all go to APC. Maybe the other parties too, let them go to APC.
They're all the PDP governors in Nigeria?
Yes, the other parties, let everybody go to APC.
Really?
Yes.
Why? Because APC is the...
Yes, is the reigning party.
It's the reigning.
It's the reigning party.
I sense some sarcasm in your tone.
Well,
are you trying to destabilize the APC?
I don't know.
You don't know if do you think you should destabilize the APC if everybody goes into the APC?
No, the thing is that, you see, there's this story about a certain knife that, it's a sword, two-faced, and so sharp, and it's put in a pouch. And then people are saying, each time they bring it out, it shines, it glitters in the sun. They say, oh, wow, this thing is so sharp. They are praising it.
So beautiful.
Then this guy, kept shaking himself, because body they catch him. Then as we move, as he was doing those things, shaking himself, he's cutting off, the pouch, or to a point that he cut off the pouch, because both sides are so sharp. Then it's now exposed to the sun, to the elementals, and eventually it becomes blood. No longer that sharpness is.
How does that relate to the APC? And
what I'm saying is that, you see, we've been saying all this while that democracy, thrives in multi-party system. You cannot be said to practice democracy in a one-party state. And some people have refused to see reason to that.
Okay.
Men like Wike have continued to ensure that PDP remains in a state of, sleepwalking state.
What do you see happen in the coming days? Tonye Cole is still a member of the APC. And he might want to run for election as well with Siminalayi Fubara in the APC now.
Maybe two governors might come from APC, the Rivers State.
Okay.
Nothing that cannot happen in Nigeria.
Of course, they'll go to primaries.
No, there will be two primaries.
Parallel.
Then INEC will come and say, okay, this is the one we'll choose.
And we said that's also what is going to play out in Delta State. Omagege is still interested in becoming the governor, and we have
That's why I say let everybody go into APC.
All right.
So are you suggesting that there might be an implosion in APC? Especially Rivers.
It's not just Rivers. It's not just Rivers.
Tony Cole in the ring.
It's not just Rivers. It's not just even Delta. It's about the fact that there are special blessings your enemies will give to you. When you deny yourself of such blessing or such blessedness, you are doing yourself more harm than good. Your critics, the opposition, are the one that will warn you when you're about to fall into a ditch. But if everybody is, sacrificing, if everybody is clapping for you, you fall into the ditch before you realize that you're already close to it.
Okay.
So that's the problem we have. We must protect democracy and not the kind of democracy we are talking about today.
All right, Mr. Agoye, Esquire. Now, let's talk about Governor Adeleke, Jackson Adeleke. Well, some people thought, okay, since he announced his resignation from the PDP, he would pitch his tent with the APC. But it seems there was no room for him in the APC. He seemed to have gone to the Accord Party. Well, he has gone to the Accord Party. Why? Is it because the APC has an already anointed candidate in that state, in Osun State? And do you think he stands a chance in the upcoming election next year in Osun State? But there's a bit of a problem with your audio. I can...
Good. If I understand, can you hear me now?
Yes.
If I understand your question very well, your question centered on the defection of Governor Adeleke of Osun State from PDP to
Accord
Party, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think that is a move that was made by confidence for the governor to move from a popular party platform that of which he ran an election. He didn't move into APC, which is like the new thing that everybody's moving into.
I mean, some people are saying that he couldn't go to the APC. He tried to get into the APC, but couldn't because APC already has an anointed candidate.
I doubt that is the reason, because every political party that is serious would like to run with an incumbent, because every incumbent in any election already has about 50% upstart advantage against any other person. So for him to move to a Accord Party means that he's confident of his achievement, means that he's confident of his performance, means that he is now running on his own, and that he's very confident that come what may, that if I have to look at it, that he's running on a clean slate as an incumbent, and also as in a party that is less in discourse, because like I said, the crisis in PDP national level, which is also internally and externally sponsored, could mean that PDP may not even be able to produce a candidate by the time he's running for his own election, because nobody wants to go into election and the legitimacy of the primary is being questioned. And I think that's the problem with the case of Adeleke. And the sooner or later, INEC and the court begins to sanitize our political space, so that all these things that are happening, better for democracy.
I don't know, Barrister Agri, I don't know if you saw the video that made it to social media during the weekend about, let's say, the confrontation from the First Lady and also Adeleke Jackson. What do you have to say about this? Some Nigerians with the opinion that that the First Lady was upset that he turned down joining the APC, but tilting towards becoming an AC member, and that was why she had to display the way that played out during that coronation ceremony. Do you also share a lot of thought, or you have a different opinion?
It is very possible that that unfortunate incident that you're referring to, that shouldn't have happened as a result of the fact that the governor, whom they expected to join APC, turned down APC and joined a different party. In this country, people tend to support whom they like and not what they don't like. The conduct of the First Lady was not acceptable. You do not, that is not her invent. That is number one. She's not the moderator. And she's not the one elected president of Nigeria. She's just the wife of the president. And you don't walk up to the governor in his own state when he's talking and telling her, give him 5 minutes. You don't do that. President Jonathan did that with Rotimi Amechi. Even that one, she went and took the microphone from Rotimi Amechi in an event in Rivers State when Amechi was the governor. I condemned it because I said, President Jonathan, you are not the president of Nigeria. Yeah. And you have no right, whatever is your anger and processation, to go to a governor and take away the microphone. The same way I condemn the action of the wife of the current president. Will go to the governor to say, hey, I give 5 minutes. Who are you to order the governor?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Barrister.
What he did was unacceptable. And she owed Nigeria an apology for that conduct.
All right, and we appreciate your thought and your submission on that. We have to go straight quickly on to another conversation. We need your opinion on this too, where we learned that the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, spent Monday night at the headquarters of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, as interrogations over a widening probe, he testified. An associate of the ex-minister told journalists that Malami was invited for questioning on Monday, but arrived late in the evening, forcing him to stay overnight to continue responding to investigators. Recall that the investigation centers on the 46 bank accounts allegedly linked to Malami, a major focus on the EFCC inquiry. And we should also recall that the EFCC is with his passport, saying that he shouldn't leave Nigeria until when they find out what happened to the Abacha loot that were repatriated back to the country. Okay, let me start off with you, Mr. Samuel Ranta. What do you make of this? Because the first time Malami was invited, he told Nigerians that they should not worry, there's no cause for alarm, that he doesn't have anything to do with the loot and he just went there to ask a question. But we're told that a very big book, a lock, was opened and they found out that 46 bank accounts belongs to him, and hence the further probe.
I wish the late Buhari is still alive, to see what is happening today. But how come they waited till now before they start opening that book? How come they waited till now? You see, if there is, a clear-cut effort towards ridding Nigeria of corruption, we should go for, we'll go for it. But the EFCC should not be used as a body, to whip opposition members, into a certain way of reasoning or thinking or acting. Because this man, since he left office, he's been going about doing his stuff until now, when we are getting close to, decision-making time. The man is in the position now, he has left the APC and all that. Then they are whipping up, bringing up all these issues about him. So that's
you think it's political witch hunt?
It might be or may not be. If there's no witch, there won't be a witch hunt. There won't be any hunting. But the thing is that there are so many. Who amongst these guys are free? They should go. If you want to go all out, I don't want like this selective anti-corruption crusading. It does not make sense to me. You see, we are just acting like we are all jokers in Nigeria, and that is so worrisome. There's no seriousness in this whole thing. The man, don't forget, the man will leave that place. Maybe today or tomorrow he will leave and the case will die. So many of them has been like that.
Okay, let's get your opinion on this. Barrister Clem Zagui, what do you make of the invitation and then the 46 bank account, Abacha's loot, and every other thing? There's been tied on Malami for this EFCC probe and investigation, please.
Yeah, what's happening to Malami is a bit of an irony in the sense that EFCC is a parastatal that was under him when he was the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation. The EFCC report directly under him. And now, that same agency that was reporting directly under him is the one investigating him. And I think he should have known better in the way EFCC operates when they invited him, that he should have gone early enough to give his statement instead of coming late. Because when you come late to a police station to give your statement, it means you're going to sleep there overnight or even more than overnight. And to show that the offense is serious, they are asking him to leave back his passport, and while they continue their investigation. And the amount we are talking about here is very humongous, $46 million US, and we're talking about 46 bank accounts that are linked to him on his BVN, either by way of deposit or by way of cash transfers. That shows you how corrupt the system is in Nigeria. And what will a minister be doing with 46 bank accounts and having 46 bank accounts linked to him? And these things are easy to dictate when you look at the threat. Maybe he never thought there would be a day like this. The fellow Oranta actually said, why did they wait for up to now before they can get him arrested? Of course, they have to wait up to now to get him invited or investigated, because you have to investigate this money trail. You have to be sure of what you are investigating. You have to do the background investigations. You don't just jump in and begin to arrest somebody when you don't have a prima facie case of indictment on that person. And I think it is good that they took their time, gather the evidences, and then begin to interrogate him based on the evidences. And that is how it is done in every civilized country. You invite somebody, you don't even have your facts, and you invite that person, and then you keep that person, and they begin investigation. That is an old way of conducting investigation. The Americans will follow you for more than even 15 years, and keep following you until they have everything about you all grounded and rounded up, so that by the time they strike and get you in, the next day you are in court. Before you know it, you are in prison. And so, because the facts are there. And I think that's what the EFCC has done. And I think I commend them for even having the courage to summon their former boss and put him under that kind of serious interrogation and conducting a serious investigation. They should be commended that the courage to see this to the logical and final conclusion, because Nigerians want to know what happened at the end of the day.
It's still a developing story. I believe I will get more of this during the course of time. Thank you so much. I appreciate your presence on the show. Thank you, Barrister Clem Agui, for being here with us, a public affairs analyst, former council chairman in Jikoka local government area of Anambra State. Thank you so much. We appreciate. Also, Mr. Samuel Ranta, thank you for being here. An entrepreneur, author, and a public affairs analyst. It's great having you on the show today. We apologize for the fact that we couldn't get Comrade Ibrahim Momo join the conversation, but I believe he might join the newspaper review, where we'll have Chukwumen Moses return on the white table for the in-depth analysis of the nation with Delhi's on top of the hour, 10 a.m. here on Voice of the People Television. And this is how far we can go on today's This Morning on VOP TV. We appreciate the people that make the show come forth, the backroom staff, the director, the sound engineer, the producer of the show, even the ingest guy, the bar managers, and every other person behind the camera. I am Fina Okechukwu. I will continue to tell us to be patriotic, because Nigeria will be great again. I believe so. I so much have the faith that there's no place like home, and I have to, encourage us to be patriotic. Nigeria will pay off sometime.